We are at the beginning of the next chapter for the internet, and seemingly Mark Zuckerberg wants to be the center of it all. And if his new strategy works, a big if for that matter, it could help address several of Facebook's biggest problems. Is this Zuckerberg's escape hatch? The Facebook CEO has been a leading voice on the hype of the metaverse, a virtual reality version of the internet that tech giants see as the future. In this video, I'll delve into what has so far been touted as Zuckerberg's next trillion-dollar plan and why he believes the future of social media is virtual and augmented reality combined. This is ICE, and we love teaching the world about investing, e-commerce, and entrepreneurship. If it's your first time here, take a second to give us a like and subscribe. The metaverse is Mark Zuckerberg's escape hatch. In the virtual and augmented future Facebook, or should I say Meta, has planned for us, it's not that Zuckerberg's simulations will rise to the level of reality, it's that our behaviors and interactions will become so standardized and mechanical that it won't even matter. Instead of making human facial expressions, our avatars can make iconic thumbs up gestures. Instead of sharing air and space, we can collaborate on a digital document. We learn to downgrade our experience of being together with another human being to see their projection overlaid into the room like an augmented reality Pokemon figure. To achieve this trillion-dollar plan, Zuckerberg has sought to invest billions of dollars into making highly proficient technology that will make his plan work. So what's Mark Zuckerberg's trillion-dollar plan for Meta? The plan. For starters, Facebook already spent $2 billion to acquire Oculus back in 2014. Oculus Virtual Reality is now a division of Facebook that will develop the company's VR products. In 2019, they launched the Facebook Horizon Workrooms. Horizon Workrooms are an invitation-only immersive environment where users can mix and communicate with a cartoon avatar via Oculus headsets in a virtual location. Zuckerberg acknowledged that current VR headsets were a little clumsy and needed to be improved before people could work in them all day. Somehow, Zuckerberg still claims that Facebook's metaverse would be available across many computing platforms such as VR, AR, PC, mobile devices, and gaming consoles. Next is the project Cambria. Cambria is the code name for their enhanced virtual reality product. It is a virtual reality device that will likely be more pricey than the company's already purchased Oculus. According to the Meta presentation by Zuckerberg, Project Cambria will increase social presence, color rendering, optics, and much more compared to the Oculus VR. Other information about Project Cambria includes new sensors in the device that will allow people's virtual avatars to keep eye contact with one another. This is to reflect the real-life facial expressions of users in the virtual space. This is also part of Zuckerberg's goal to increase social presence in the metaverse. The capacity to accurately simulate things and surroundings in the actual world, like with color, will also allow Project Cambria headsets to offer various mixed reality elements, ranging from the full virtual reality experience to possible overlays for some augmented reality functions. Here's the best part. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't only want us to exist in the metaverse by just seeing and hearing things, he also wants us to bring in some other sense organs like the sense of touch. Yep. You heard that right. Mark wants us to be able to feel objects in the metaverse. Facebook has begun experimenting on a new technology known as the reskin. Zuckerberg collaborated with artificial intelligence researchers at Carnegie Mellon University to develop a malleable plastic skin that's just about 2 millimeters thick. It's quite complex, but this is how it works. The material, known as reskin, contains magnetic particles that generate a magnetic field when in contact with a surface. The magnetic field from the implanted particles varies when the skin comes into touch with another surface. The sensor detects changes in magnetic flux and sends the information to AI software, which attempts to translate the force or contact that has been applied. This may appear unnecessary, but according to Mark Zuckerberg, reskin technology will help bring Meta one step closer to realistic virtual items and physical interactions in the metaverse. These guys are putting in the work, and the metaverse from Meta might come faster than we think. Facebook has employed a total of 10,000 employees in Europe to work in its virtual reality labs. The company has also thrown in a total of $10 billion to start rapid development and research on its VR gadgets. If Zuckerberg pushes this plan more, he will be staking a bet on the company's future into the adoption of the metaverse. If it goes wrong, and for some reason people abstain from using metaverse, he could potentially cripple Meta completely. even so that it cannot just go back to being the old familiar Facebook again. On the other hand, if his plan comes to fruition, Facebook could rule the world. Want to know how that's possible? Check out our video that breaks down the possibilities of this metaverse ruling the world. Another question we can't stop asking is, why did Facebook make a name change to Meta? And why now? Zuckerberg is betting big on what he sees as the next generation of the internet because he believes it will play a significant role in the digital economy. He believes that in future years, people will begin to regard Facebook as a metaverse firm rather than a social networking company. Even though we spend a lot of time looking at our smartphones, most of us know that it's probably not ideal for our mental or physical health. However, Zuckerberg's vision for the future entails people spending their days wearing glasses and participating in virtual worlds rather than the one in front of them. This brings up the fact that Zuckerberg might just be doing this for the trillion-dollar bonus that his company would get if Metaverse works out. Another concern that Facebook's Metaverse vision could address is the company's platform risk. Zuckerberg has been upset for years because Facebook's mobile apps run on iOS and Android. Its growth is significantly reliant on Apple and Google, two companies whose goals regularly conflict with its own. According to Zuckerberg's vision, a metaverse strategy could finally free Facebook from Apple and Google's grip by directing users to Facebook-owned platforms like Oculus, where it won't have to worry about being kicked out of the App Store for snooping on users' activity and privacy. And it would imply that if Facebook wanted to charge for, say, virtual clothing inside one of its metaverse apps, it could do so without having to pay a 30% fee to Apple or Google. Also, one of the reasons for the seemingly sudden name change is that Mark wants to position Facebook as the leading explorer and innovator of the metaverse. People all over the world had never even heard of the concept called the metaverse, but when Facebook changed their name, they noticed and probably also read some news article explaining why Facebook changed their name to Meta. To all of these people and many others, Facebook might now seem like one of the very first to explore this world, which is good for their status once the metaverse really becomes a thing. But Facebook being very early is not really the case. Competition. With a slew of virtual reality related announcements, Microsoft has also reminded us that Facebook parent Meta isn't the only company with plans for a metaverse. Microsoft said at its Ignite conference that it would bring avatars and its broader Mesh platform to Microsoft Teams as part of an effort to make meetings more immersive and collaborative. That's part of a more extensive set of plans for the metaverse. Video gaming companies are also taking the lead. Epic Games, the makers of the famous video game Fortnite, has raised $1 billion in capital from investors to help fund its long-term plans to build the metaverse. Roblox, another prominent player, characterizes the metaverse as a place where people may come together within millions of 3D experiences to study, work, play, create, and interact. It has plans with companies like Nvidia to also key into this virtual world. So that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on Facebook's plan for a metaverse? How excited are you about this? We'd like to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thanks once again for watching and staying with us till the end. If you found this video interesting, feel free to give us a big thumbs up. Share and subscribe to this channel for more exciting content. See you in the next one. Bye for now.